The other day I was scrolling through YouTube until I came across an essay video by some literal WOOO breadtuber. You know the ones, where they treat each video like a Netflix documentary with a really pretentious title like, How You Are Wrong About Incels Actually. The thumbnail is all white with the word gay off-centered and of course, it has to be 40 minutes long. And if for some reason you get a brain fart and decide to check it out, they normally go something like this. Hey guys, today we'll be talking about how incels unalive themselves and why it's a good thing actually. But first, we need to understand what a woman is by the Wikipedia definition. Some people might argue that these types of videos are a plague on modern content that's only made to optimize the watch time and get the maximum amount of money. But for me, I think it's peak. When Mr. Beast and his ghouls created YouTube videos in 2020, they specifically wanted this type of content to flourish. That and monetizing somebody's death for views. I dress hard slop, I really do. It seems like recently there has been a bigger influx of incel related content. Not by incels, because I do follow some, but about incels and its terminology. Looks like normies have discovered the community and they are captivated by it for whatever reason, so naturally, everyone else is milking it dry. You know, a perfect example of this is the whole looks maxing movement, community, or whatever the chicken is fried. That originated on incel forums but got popularized by TikTok and Gen Z, which is great. I love making kids insecure about themselves. For whatever reason, there's a group of people that think any of this is harmful somehow. Me, hitting your jaw with the hammer is bad actually, don't do it because I said so. No, you can't just joke for 10 hours straight, it doesn't work like that, it's disgusting. They will never understand our pain. The incel lingo even slipped into one of Netflix's recent popular show, the Cettruecel God himself. For you to understand how obsessed the media and normies are with incels, the mother of the main actor, which is 13 by the way, made her son go to therapy to fight misogyny or whatever, because in the show he kills a woman. The worst sin you can ever do as a guy is not getting laid. Another thing you might have noticed is how the word incel has lost off a lot of its meaning, because now anyone can be labeled as an incel. You complain about getting rejected? Incel. A woman beats you up? Incel. Father of 3 kids? Sorry buddy, incel. To test this theory I would have said to be on the internet for a while, but honestly, this is even slipping into real life. It's generally over, bro. It's all over. I mean, Elon Musk's daughter called his own father an incel, and that guy has 14 kids. If he isn't safe, nobody is. There's also a subreddit where that kind of thing happens a lot, which, for Reddit standards, is surprising. And I know, oh bro, you mentioned Reddit bro, but Reddit is hacking wholesome, okay? We all love Reddit in the ZLM channel. Also, it's where most slop tubers take their videos from. I mean, have you seen their posts? They hate women. I would never hate women. I mean, I love women. I call myself a feminist, you know. Did I just see you vote for Trump, you little fucking... The name is r/inceltears and it's composed entirely out of nitpick, fake chats, and fat redditors calling anyone they disagree with an incel. In Reddit fashion, they patronize about the male loneliness, mostly chalking it up to being a right-winger for some reason. Because for these people, everything is politics.
God help me, I do, but it's hard. Because this epidemic of male loneliness on the right, it's not about politics. It's not about masculinity being under attack or that feminism ruined the dance. It's because they keep trying to court women that only exist in campaign ads and TikTok thirst traps made for profit. These men are chasing an idea of womanhood that doesn't exist anywhere outside a screen or a fantasy.
Which is really funny when you think that most of these people could be considered incels because of how they look. And since they probably never got laid, or the only relationship they ever got was being a cuck. Speaking of cucks, have you noticed how the worse someone is at a relationship, the more they like giving advice on romance to others? And that happens most with the people which I dubbed as having chronic incel obsession, or FAG for short. I mean, just look at Destiny. This guy has tons of videos talking down on incels about how toxic hacking masculinity is, and then you look at his life and he's everything the BP warns about. A cuck paying child support with a kid that doesn't even love him. What do you mean you don't want to have kids, you fucking child? So, if not for Destiny, who will save this young lost man? Kermit the Frog? No. They need real help. I mean, the problem is them, of course, but They need help. And from the Barat countryside, here comes the savior of incels, the one, the only, DR.K.
Why was Hitler able to change Europe so much and turn Germany, which had been a shithole after World War I, into this ultimate powerhouse that threatened an entire continent? It's because he was living in service to this greater idea. And when you tap into that as a gamer,
with such classics as why your penis doesn't work, his content boils down to, dude, if I did it, so can you. And that's pretty much as far as it goes. A funny thing that I remember, but I can't really find the clip, was like when somebody asked in his chat, oh, I'm really lonely, I really need somebody, how do I deal with this? You know, the basic stuff. And he responded with something along the lines of, sometimes you just have to find happiness in being alone, dude. Also, you don't need anybody. And then he went on a rant about how you aren't entitled to love for whatever reason. What a great therapist. He's happily married, by the way. But now the real question here is, why is there so much garbage content made for men? It's money, that's it. These people just pry on insecure, ugly men and try to help them. And no, I don't care if he doesn't sell a $200 course. He is still using men's pain for views, and in turn, money. You can trust me though, I have no reason to lie.
Yeah, it's real.